Are you ready for the hype train?
That's right. It's the hype train. I'm not going to go near as big as I did last time. I'm not sorry. That was cool. But anyway, I'm Jesse Kimball. I'll be your conductor this evening. Backing me up is the 5-star man, Asa Gray, at the other end of the table.
I'm so proud of you.
That I remembered engineer again?
Mm-hmm.
All right, cool. And
He just said the different word.
He just said it wrong.
After the first time.
Nope, conductor. Because I was going to call you guys engineers again, but I was like, that doesn't really make any sense. It doesn't flow right.
I don't actually know the hierarchy of a train.
I don't either.
I know the conductor, the engineer. I don't know. I think the conductor's in charge. I know no one else.
So that would make Trevor Camp the steward?
The caboose goes on the end of the train.
Quartermaster's on a ship. There's no master of arms on a train, I don't think.
Well, unless a master of arms goes onto a train.
Then
he's still a master of arms,
he's still
yeah.
a master of arms,
Just
even
not
though it's
the master of arms
not
on the
the
train.
He's
Yeah.
just
It's like doctor. Like, you're going to use my full title. I worked for this.
So
I earned this.
True story. I was planning on going to grad school only so that I would be Dr. Kimball. Mm-hmm. So that I could be that pretentious dude.
is there a doctor in the house?
Mr. Kimball.
I'm going to raise my hand.
Excuse you, doctor.
That's the whole reason Xavier Woods wants to go to, was working towards getting his PhD. Strictly so he could correct people.
Yep. I don't know why that was so appealing to me, but it was. I came to my senses real quick, though.
Because you have empirical proof that you are better than the person that is addressing you. You know exactly why you wanted that, because it's great. And if I had any sort of drive or work ethic, I might have tried it.
No.
But I also am dumb and lazy. So
No, okay, I got the dumb, lazy version, and I've done it. You just go online, become a certified reverend, and then make people
Already
address
have.
you. You already have? Dude,
Yeah,
just,
all three of us
then
have.
just dig into it.
the Universal Life Church will actually sell you a doctorate. You can get a reverend for free. That's fine.
Oh, are you certified in the Church of Life as well?
Universal Life Church.
Yeah.
Same as the Beatles. Did the Beatles know that? Doubt it.
Doubt it.
But you can, because I remember it was you can get a doctorate of the universe.
I am a minister in the Church of the Flying Spaghetti Monster.
Nice. I'm also a minister in the Church of the Latter-day Dude. I'm a technical dudist priest. I love the internet.
There has to be a cover band called Dudist Priest, and it's people dressed
Like
as the
the
dude,
dude.
but they only cover Judas Priest.
That
That's a
definitely-
thing,
I
right?
That
really
definitely
hope so.
exists. It's somewhere in southern Georgia.
I'm glad you've looked into this.
No, I haven't. I'm just
He's just guessing.
how right does that sound though?
I don't know. Where's Judas Priest from?
That's not the point.
That's not the point. You just assume in Georgia. Really, I'd go Alabama if I'm gonna hit stereotypes.
I didn't want to.
sorry.
I didn't want to give Bama anything good right now.
Kentucky.
They don't deserve anything
Count
good.
Kentucky then.
I'm getting, maybe it's just because Google's auto-correcting Dudist to Judas.
That could be the
I'm
thing.
very all right. I need to learn how to play an instrument. Don't worry, why? Can you just restart the episode real quick?
We don't want that to go
I've already
on
had
air.
too many ideas, Jesse.
Too many ideas. Trevor. Asa really is the name machine. That dude just keeps coming up with phenomenal names for things.
Until it's one that we actually need.
Right?
Which, granted, I came up with Hype Train, but it wasn't. It was last minute, and it's not as catchy as some of my other ones.
It's
No.
fair.
Because there's one that we're absolutely going to turn into a show that I'm not saying on the air or to anyone for fear that it might get stolen.
Yep.
Except I did tell Andrew, and you know the one I'm talking about. I told Andrew about that one.
The one that my heart exploded into a million pieces when you pointed out, even with the weird take I wanted to take on it, you were just like, no, that is literally Adventure Zone. It has not only already been done, but is wildly popular than anything we will ever do.
I heard your
with the
heart broke
highest-
into 1,000 pieces on that one.
With a much higher production value.
I wouldn't say it has a higher production value.
But they make a lot more money.
Yeah, some of
do
the
make a
stuff.
lot more money.
Some of the stuff that they do is
They
mean,
don't
no.
even need real jobs.
Because in fairness, okay, well I guess by the Adventure Zone they were pretty good in terms of what they had out there. But like their other podcast, my brother and me, which by the way, folks, that's going to be one of my things tonight of what's bringing me joy. I started listening to the Adventure Zone. This is all kind of sort of ties in together with what we're talking about here. I highly recommend that podcast, even if you're not a fan of D&D. It's just hilarious narrative.
The McElroy brothers are treasures.
Yeah. They have they're the guys that started Polygon. They have they're also the guys that did Monster Factory, the YouTube series. They have a bunch of podcasts. Their first podcast solo though was called My Brother and Me. Their setup for that, one of them Griffin was using like a Rock Band microphone, and he was the most legit of the bunch. Justin,
he's a 30 under 30 winner.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Because I fell off of listening to their stuff just because My Brother and Me turned more into like they would send in like it would be like they would just be answering fan questions,
right?
And it wasn't quite what I was hoping it was gonna be.
Yeah.
But for a while they had like they were talking about it because he like turned 30, so they were debating on if they should still call him
30 under
30 under 30 because he did win it by Forbes, which Tim Geddes won this year as well, and he just turned 30 this weekend.
Oh, that's cool.
I guess I'll never win that.
I'm out of that one.
Out of the running for that one too.
Damn, I was so close too.
What a sad table we're at here. Anyway, no, one of them was on a Rock Band mic, the other one was on like a $15 like built-in headset mic from Best Buy in the in the late 2000s. And then the other one, if you guys remember, this is going way back now, those old like table microphones from like the late 90s. I
know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, that's the microphone that I think Travis was using when they first started.
Oh my God.
So yeah, no, in terms of like production quality, they have definitely gone way up because they're all now using really expensive condenser mics and everything. But yeah, no, to start with, like we're definitely doing better than their early podcast in terms of equipment.
Well, yeah, equipment wise, but we've also been doing this for 3 years, and here we go.
Yeah, and in fairness, our first like probably 15 episodes are pretty rough hardware wise. But anyway,
because the thing that got me into, I need to find what the name of it was, because my first exposure to them, because I'd never heard of them before. But I saw a clip on it. I think it's Verve now, but I don't think it was Verve at the time. And maybe it was just called My Brother and Me. But they had a TV show where they would like, I highly recommend going to YouTube. The Tarantula Expert is a great segment. Because they like one of them is deathly phobic of spiders.
Awesome.
Like legitimately always terrified, and then they bring in a tarantula expert, and even just like getting him into the same room as this caged like contained tarantula was hilarious. You can check that out. And then also the episode that got me was they for whatever reason wanted to get a hold of the Masons, because it's just these are the people who have the Holy Grail, and we can just look up their phone number on Google.
Oh, the Masons,
like
the Freemasons. I was like, who are the Masons?
No, like the Freemasons.
The Freemasons.
Right.
Yeah,
it
took me half a second to understand too, because I was like, the Masons, like which one? Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Now we're here.
I was like, the ones that live down in DuQuoin. What are you talking about? I know the Klan.
Oh.
The Mason. It's the last
With a
name.
C.
Calm down.
With a C.
Lowercase c.
Lowercase c.
There's
Got
even
it.
a lowercase c.
Now we're good. You know that may have just needed to have been said. It may have to throw out there. Point is, the Adventure Zone, though. Yeah, no, Asa has a phenomenal name for a D&D podcast that, again, I'm not going to say on the air.
And I know
I'm pretty sure we've said it before.
We might have. I'm not going to say when or where.
Yeah.
You're going to have to really dig for it.
You're going to have to comb through hours and hours
and
of
don't
audio.
steal it. Oh, God, please don't steal it.
Please don't steal it.
Because if the name comes up somewhere, I might just walk off the Bill Emerson Bridge.
And guys, that probably wouldn't kill him immediately. That's a horrible death. Because it's, especially right now, the water's real high.
Yeah, no. Oh, no, I wouldn't wait for it to come down. Like,
Yeah,
if I'm going to do something, then I'm going to do it right. I know that's against every fiber of my being,
I
but
want to drown with broken legs.
You're right.
in the Mississippi,
Yeah.
Oh, that's just chunky drowning too.
Yeah.
Kansas chunky.
And especially like where we're at, there's a lot of the sinkholes or whatever, just take you right down.
I mean, that's fine. That's a quick death.
It's not.
It's like the end of The Prestige when he's talking about it's like, oh no, drowning, it's like going home. I lied. It's the worst thing ever imaginable. Just as that last little FU.
Dude, as somebody who's like, watched people thinking they're drowning or watching people who were drowning as a lifeguard, it is the
Thank you for adding
scariest.
that part.
Yeah. Touche.
We needed the context.
Now that I think about saying that, all those years of watching people drowning up close with a bag over their head.
Worth mentioning
is
now.
real-
Patreon.com/Podzilla1985 for $420.69. You can waterboard Trevor Camp.
Oh, yeah. That is still going.
That is one of the tiers. That's one of our tiers.
I'll totally let you waterboard me.
Or, for $1 you get the pre-show.
Or-
Either way, it's
either
a
way,
bargain.
either way.
Either way, it's a bargain.
Either way.
Both tiers, solid options.
Yep.
Great
solid
options.
And for this week only, in addition to being able to waterboard Trevor, we'll send you the Allie A. Bear card, which is her swearing,
Her using the F-bomb.
her dropping an F-bomb. It's going to be a personalized card with Allie A. Bear dropping an F-bomb.
So that's a 2-for-1 deal.
It's 2-for-1 deal.
It's a solid deal.
And-
You're a fool if you don't take it.
I've never seen a man so eager to get waterboarded.
I know.
Just try and do it for the company,
Well,
baby.
there's
Company man.
a reason we're only going to offer it once.
It's true. I'm not going to do it a second time.
Also, I think there's still opportunities to pelt Dalton with eggs.
That one I don't know if that's a thing anymore.
We're going to see if we can,
It's on there.
Well.
we're gonna see if we can get somebody to waterboard me. I feel like we can get double the price for Dalton.
Yeah, but it's a thing of you're willing to do it.
Yeah, no, nobody else is going to be willing
Yeah,
to
no
do
one
it.
else is gonna.
It's not really an issue about Dalton's willingness.
Yeah, no,
yeah,
we need
a little bit,
'cause,
little bit.
It's
I know you have to say that because we're being recorded, and I get you. Wink, wink.
But anyway,
no one's winking.
no one's winking.
Right.
You can't, you're not just like sitting at a table and like my character winks. Where else would they do that, Jesse?
Oh, in D&D. So to finish that story, I told Andrew about it. You should have seen the look on his face. He was just happy. He was happy with the title. He desperately wants it to happen now.
I know. Josh even he sent me a message on Twitter and was even like, so if you do this, he would be willing to edit it.
Really?
Yeah. So
Really?
I need to figure out a way that I want to spin this.
You just.
I have a couple other ideas floating around, but it's not. Right now, I'm focused on my new project, which I need to get streaming equipment, so we can do Weeby Weebs, where I'm just gonna do Twitch watch-alongs of various anime.
I'm telling you, the boy is great at naming things. It's a terrible idea, but boy, what a name.
Is it though?
I don't know, man. There's people who get paid
I could get a
salary to.
I think we're going to have to be a little bit more famous before that becomes any kind of successful.
I could get a Crunchyroll sponsorship.
I don't know what that
pick-
is. but-
Crunchyroll, it's Netflix for anime.
Oh.
Yeah.
Get
I
them
thought
to,
it was like food.
get them to
It is, but it's also a
Yeah.
website,
get them to
crunchyroll.com.
sponsor it. I can start on their channel, steal all their followers. I mean, Crunchyroll, stop listening for a second. I steal all of their followers,
Right.
bring them over to the Podzilla page or my page or whatever, profit. But they can recommend hey, here's something new that's getting added to Crunchyroll, new series starting from season 1. All right, let's go. I don't know jack about anime.
But yeah, the name was
Wait,
phenomenal.
so, hold on. Just to understand the premise of the show, you don't know anything about anime.
Yes.
But it's just you watching anime.
I mean, I could bring in guests.
Oh, dude.
Dalton's looking for an excuse to
Dude,
rewatch
if you let
Dragon
me
Ball
get
Z.
drunk, I'll do it with you.
I mean, there's some anime.
But again, I need
Trevor
to-
has enjoyed anime. I know because he has recommended anime to me.
If
before.
I
I
wasn't,
have 4 anime shows I've watched and enjoyed.
if it wasn't for the fact that I need streaming equipment, like a computer and a camera and a microphone, I would be all over. And time,
Time,
because I'm not
time's a
ready
big
to
one.
die. I can't dedicate another night to
No.
if we canceled 2 of the shows I'm on, then maybe I'll replace that with streaming. But
Or if we finally got enough funding on this show that we could quit our jobs.
oh yeah, oh my god, the amount. If we could just if I didn't have to worry about actual money. If I could figure out a way to get an LMD, a life model decoy, to just go to work for me,
Yeah.
I would be putting out so much content. It would be awful.
The internet would basically be 30% Asa Gray.
Yes. And we can't have that.
No.
Just think of how much that would be, because
The world's not ready.
there's something like a jillion hours of porn added every 3 seconds.
And 30% Asa Gray. If he had
Well,
that,
hey,
if he had that LMD.
Patreon After Dark.
A
Patreon
little Fitty
app.
production. Bring that back. We need Mandy back, I guess, for that. But anyway, on to the hype train. I already talked about like one of the things right now that's bringing me joy is the Adventure Zone. I highly recommend you guys checking out that podcast. It is hilarious. Don't worry about not knowing anything about D&D when the show starts. They don't either.
Yeah,
they
it's
are
a
all
great
just
place to
It's a
start.
great setup.
Yeah,
Great premise.
They are all starting from scratch. Yeah,
And it shows.
it does.
And it's entertaining, though.
It's so entertaining watching them figure out how
do
to
it
play. And I mean, they're just funny dudes because it's the three McElroy brothers and their dad, and they're all hilarious. Their dad's been a radio personality for decades.
He
like-
shows up on their Verve show every once in a
Okay,
while,
yeah.
and he's pretty great.
They're all hilarious dudes. So I highly recommend checking that out. You are welcome, Griffin, for this free plug that you definitely don't need. But anyway, and then also I've been rewatching Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Is that why it's on your Plex?
It is because I needed to be able to watch that anywhere, and I have it on Blu-ray, and
And that's just work.
yeah. Now I can watch it anywhere, and boy, do I have forgotten exactly how good that show
Oh,
was.
it's so good.
It's so good.
It's so good. It holds up.
It does so well. It's so fantastic. Love that show. So yeah, that's what's bringing me joy right now. Ace of Grey, hit me.
I got two main ones right now. One of them you're going to get mad at me about.
Oh no.
The first one being Super Mario Maker 2.
You monster.
I'm just no, that's not not the one.
Oh, sorry.
That's not the one. I've been having a lot of fun with it. I've started and like deleted so many levels because I can't quite get them just how I'm like seeing them in my head. It's beautiful, but trying to actually like put that onto the level maker, I'm getting the timing I can't get figured out correctly, and it's a little frustrating there. But it's a lot of fun. The 100 levels that are built in for the story mode are great. Those are great launching points as well, to give you ideas of what you would want to do for your levels. I'm getting a lot of joy in watching people just freak the hell out, trying to play these like crazy intense levels. Most notably, Ross from Game Grumps. Game Grumps had a like over 100 episode series for the first Mario Maker.
Nice.
A third of that was them trying to beat Ross's levels, and them like, my friendship with Ross is over, and them just losing their minds. Sometimes if I'm like falling asleep, like when I find stuff to fall asleep to, I will just put on that series and just let that run in the background because it's peak game. It's one of my favorite things Game Grumps has ever done.
I mean, my favorite thing to come out of Mario Maker just in general are all the GIFs
And
reactions of like people playing Mario Maker levels.
Andy from Kinda Funny has been streaming it on his Twitch. He's also really good at reacting to things, like not necessarily the game, but like there's one where he's like, he got hit by a shell and he got real mad, so he's like, okay, well now I'm going to jump up here because that's where the shell hit me. The shell hit me from below. I'm going to go up high, and like 30 seconds later, it like got popped up and hit him still. So he took a little break after that. Just stuff like that. Just it's there are so many ways to enjoy this game for me, between actually playing it, actually building levels, and then watching people play it well. Like seeing some of the really good level designs is crazy what people come up with. But then also watching people fail miserably at things is also like kind of funny, which is what they're going for.
It's not kind of funny. That's always funny.
Oh,
Asa.
yeah, just people
Watching
losing their
people
minds.
fail, always great.
There's so many Shannon has watched dozens of hours worth of
Those fail
compilations. I feel like that dude is sending me at least one a week. It's replaced. Do you think she's hot?
Good news for you.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah.
I'm loving Mario Maker. And then my other one, which is gonna be mad. It's gonna get you mad. I've started because I told you on Sunday that I'm not like in the mood to really watch anything. But in fairness, I don't have to dedicate my attention to it like I would have to Avatar.
And you're rewatching something you've watched for the 18th time?
Nope, because I never actually finished it. But the 2014 Ninja Turtles.
Oh, okay.
Because we found out it was when Dalton revealed to me that was on Hulu, all of it. I immediately went home and started rewatching it.
I thought you were about to hit me with Supernatural.
No.
You're like, well, since I never actually finished, it's like, he's going to say Supernatural. That is going to make me mad.
Nope.
I'm going to throw something at him.
We're talking about things that bring me joy. Talking about things that bring me joy. And yes, the first 4 seasons, since you brought up, first 4 seasons of Supernatural, great.
Great seasons.
So much fun.
Great seasons.
Good stuff.
Hard to believe that that's what the show turns into. Granted, some of my favorite episodes from the later seasons are when they fully embrace what they are
It's true.
and totally just play with the...
The Scooby-Doo episode was one of their best.
Haven't seen it.
Oh
Still
my
haven't
God,
seen it
you
either.
really need to.
One of the highlights-
You don't need to. It's a standalone. You
One
don't
of-
need to know anything.
One of the highlights of the series for me, at least, is the episode where they get transported to the real world.
Oh, that one's.
I
So
like
they
that
have
one
to
a lot.
pretend to be their actors.
Yes.
It's like, oh, it's good to see you guys talking again.
And he tries to kill like Ruby, but that's like one of
But
their
it's his-
wives.
yeah, it's Sam's wife.
in real life.
Yeah, it's Jared. Like Jared and Ruby are married in real life. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it's great. But yeah, so I forgot just how perfect that Ninja Turtle show is. I'm like 6 episodes in, I think, and it's just
So it's basically hitting you like Avatar's been hitting me.
kinda. And it's that thing of it's like I hear it holds up all the way through, but I haven't finished it myself yet. So I'm very excited to. Because I have, I think, the first 2 seasons on DVD, and I started to watch those when I was waiting for, like, internet to get hooked up in something or something like that. Because I got them for super cheap when Hastings was closing.
Rip
And-
Hastings.
Yeah, RIP.
Oh,
Now I'm
Hastings.
sad. But Ninja Turtles is great. It's so much fun.
I always heard it was really good.
Because I hated the animation style at first, but once you move past it and you just realize like the writing on the show is phenomenal, the characterization of the turtles is phenomenal. April's really cool, Splinter's really cool. It's funny, the action's cool, and it's great that I can just kind of like also half watch the stuff I've already seen while I'm playing Mario.
I guess that's fair. But I definitely need you to start watching Avatar at some point.
I will, but again, that's one that
Is
I
that
need
why
to...
Asa was quiet when you were talking about Avatar? Is because Asa's
Yeah,
never
that-
seen
that
Avatar?
appears to be. Yeah,
I've
no,
never-
Ace has never seen
I've
it.
never seen Avatar. I've wanted to, and the weekend I dedicate, like I set aside an entire weekend to watch it on Netflix. It was literally a month after Netflix had taken it off, and I didn't realize it.
Oh. You're gonna want to do a D&D campaign around it after you watch it.
Really?
Yeah,
Actually, you just want like the lore is so good.
It's so
and like the
good.
mechanics are so good that you're just like, I want so much more out of this, but I can't. There is no more. I mean, there's comic books and
Well,
obviously
Legend
there's
of Korra.
Korra. Like, and Korra's great too. Don't get me wrong. It's from the
Korra is
comics,
good.
but it's just like you want like. There is not enough. Like they could have even more, and it still would not be enough. That's
Would
how much
never
I
be
love.
enough.
Like the lore of this world is just so incredible. And yeah, it's just so good. Everything about it is great.
It's just fantastic.
Even the first season, like rewatching it, I was ready for some of the cheese and some of the camp and stuff. And that's gone by like 4 episodes in. It's not near as bad as I was even remembering it being. Oh my god, so
I really
good.
like the art style
So
too.
good.
So
Oh,
it's like that was something that kept me from, and I've talked about it on the shows before, but like something that's kept me from going and I say rewatching, but going back and watching Buffy and X-Files are both shows that like I should love, but going back and it's so painfully 90s.
Yes.
And because
Yeah.
I'm watching it new and I don't have that, nostalgia for it, I can't do it.
It's just rough.
Especially Buffy is ultra 90s.
Yeah, it really is.
Like
It's-
it absolutely epitomizes 90s.
yeah.
Yeah,
so
I get that.
But whereas, so Avatar, from all the looks of it, like the voice, like it sounds great, it looks great.
Shouldn't
like,
be an issue with
Yeah,
Avatar.
that's not going to be an issue at all. And it tells you, an out of time story as well, so you don't have
out
to worry
of
about
universe story.
that. Yeah.
Yep. And
So
I mean,
I'm excited to eventually watch it because, now I have easier access to it.
So good.
And I will. It's just I need to be in the mood. Like I need to be in the mood to actually like watch something. And now that I binged Jessica Jones, that itch is scratched. Now I want to go back to and beat Horizon Zero Dawn. I want to play more Mario.
Well, see, the beauty about Avatar though is like the episodes are like 20 minutes. So for me, it's like
gobble them
I'll
up.
watch an episode.
just like
It's only 20 minutes. I can watch the episode before bed. It's
just
like
like Ninja
40
Turtles.
minutes is a bit excessive. So
Ninja Turtles.
I know.
just like
I
Ninja
know.
Turtles. All right, Trevor, buddy, what's bringing you joy?
Well, this is our first episode since E3,
E3?
isn't it? Yeah. For me, one of the big ones was the Star Wars trailer. I actually just went and watched the full extended version of it last night.
I was getting ready to ask if you'd seen the.
Yeah, and I'm much more. I mean, I was kind of excited. I knew I was going to be excited anyway, But no, it looks kind of like an Uncharted game, but I was afraid that the lightsaber combat would look sluggish or feel sluggish. But it seems like the lightsaber combat is all real snappy. Everything looks nice. I mean, I'm happy with everything I saw, with the exception of like mass dismemberment. But I'm never gonna get that in a Star Wars game.
Yeah, we were just talking about that on Sunday on Nerd Up, about how like I just need these cowards to finally give me a full powered lightsaber in a video game.
Nah, you get a lightsaber that's set to stun.
Yup,
That's how it works.
I want full powered. I don't want a foam bat lightsaber. I want a lightsaber.
You want that lightsaber from Jedi Academy.
The equation that we got to is we want a X-Men Origins Wolverine Star Wars game.
Yeah. No, I'm 100% with that.
With just like, whatever. Like you could send us stormtroopers. You can send us. Go ahead, go with droids. You can keep it T-rated with droids, and just let me rip them to pieces.
Yeah, just rip through them. No, I like that. I want the Wolverine Jedi game now. Thank you for that.
One of those things you never knew you wanted it until you heard it.
I didn't know I wanted that. I want that really bad. I want that game again.
Yeah, like we're doing all these remasters. I know it's probably like way legally impossible to try to redo that game, especially under Disney. But yeah, give me.
That game was so out of left field.
So much better than it should have been. But like you said, it's because they
had an extra
they
year
had
and
an
a half.
extra year, didn't they? Because they like postponed the movie.
The movie got delayed a year and a half, so they had an extra year and a half to work on the game.
Just to polish that baby, and it was beautiful. But that game, very excited about it. Looks really good. We'll see. I'm just excited to have a single-player story Star Wars game for once, and since EA took over. So that, and my other one is I've discovered a new show. I think you guys may have touched on it in in one of your podcasts, because I think vaguely remember you guys talking about it. That being said, I don't think any of you had seen it. Holy Moly, the greatest mini golf television show I've ever seen in my gosh dang life.
I think we talked about it on F-Bomb Tuesday.
Yeah,
we talked about it
last week.
Yeah, last week.
Because it was that following the. It's in the same footsteps as such hits as Splash, the celebrity diving show.
Dude, this is so much better than I don't know. This is hold me over, and now that I have no hockey until the fall, I'm gonna see if Holy Moly will take me on the way through. Yeah, they had me at Rob Riggle, and they really had me at Kenny G. Because the first episode, the wall of distraction.
Why do people like Kenny G?
I don't like Kenny G. I like that they got Kenny G.
I guess that's fair.
It was the last thing I expected. They're like, oh, this is the distraction hole, whatever. And the wall spins around to reveal the distraction. And imagine my surprise when Kenny G rolls out there with the clarinet and just starts clarinetting people in the face. Like just
celebrity deathmatch style.
Yeah. Like when Kenny G is the distraction. I was like, that's fantastically classy.
So
I love it.
You mentioned E3, and I can't tell if this would be like up your alley or if you would not be interested. Did you see the trailer for Fall Guys?
No.
Okay, so it's from Devolver Games, or it was
Paint
on
me
their,
a word picture.
It was on their press conference. It's these little. Are you familiar with Gang Beasts or Human Fall Flat?
I am not.
So it's these. So control's kind of weird. Like it's one of those things where buttons control various limbs. And Gang Beasts is about trying to knock out your opponent and throw them into whatever hazard or obstacle or off the map. And last person standing wins.
Okay.
There's like a subway station if they get hit by a train. Every time a PlayStation sale goes live, I keep looking for it, and I haven't seen it in forever because it looks just stupid fun. But it looks like it might control kind of like that, but it's these little adorable little jelly guys. It's a giant. It's almost like a battle royale.
Okay.
But it's more like
a race.
It's kind of like a race, but it's more
obstacle
like
course.
it's kind of like MXC.
Okay.
And so you all start in the same starting position, and there's various maps that they show that they show. We've gotten gameplay trailers since, but like the announced trailer was just these little jelly starfish looking dudes just running around everywhere, knocking each other over. But one of the maps it's straight up just when they all start in the group and they're running towards the doors, and they have to just throw their body weight, hope that they break through, or they're either just gonna bounce off one that doesn't open.
Ah.
It's that, but it's like a battle royale multiplayer game where you go through those kind of obstacle courses.
That seems like a fun party game.
It looks ridiculously fun, and honestly, it's one of the things I'm most excited about coming. Like, yeah, Cyberpunk 2077 looks amazing.
Oh yeah, that's definitely top on my list.
I'm interested in the Star Wars game, especially knowing that it's going to be more of a Metroidvania style than just a super linear path.
I don't know how much I like that. I'll be honest with you, because I don't necessarily like retracing my steps to go into
re-explore to be able to
So
use
you do
double
not
jump.
like Metroidvania games, right?
Yes, that is correct. It
Yeah.
seems like lazy. It seems like you're recycling set pieces, and it comes across as lazy gaming to me.
I get that.
I guess.
I don't necessarily agree with it, but I get it. Like,
Yeah.
I understand it.
And I understand that I'm flawed in several ways for this opinion, but it's mine. So.
Yeah. Well, but this is one of the like smaller ones that didn't get a lot of attention, and it just looks so goofy.
It does look goofy. It's not so much when you say party game. I want to reiterate. Like I think that it's like 50 people or something like that. There's a bunch.
Yeah, it's a bunch. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
it is very much like a battle royale style.
Because you're all trying. Basically, you're trying to get in like the top 3 finish to progress on to, I guess, the next area and stuff like that. Which, don't get me wrong, it still does look really fun. But I want to diminish your thoughts and hopes of like getting a group of 4 guys together, more than that, or however many people like in one house just playing it. That's not going to happen.
Thanks for crushing my dreams before they were there, Jesse.
Welcome.
Because I think there is a certain level of couch like multiplayer that's possible. Because I think there might be split screen.
I mean, I would believe it, but that's just not the game was meant to be played with more than 4 people for sure.
Oh yeah, and but it also could be one of those things where you kind of cycle through and just be like, okay, I took my turn, I made it to the second round.
Oh yeah, no.
Trevor goes out in the first, you end up getting all the way to the finals or something like that. Just pass it around whenever someone gets them.
Someone does poorly or somebody does even
Yeah,
like
Fall Guys
well.
Ultimate Knockout.
I'd play
Which
that.
it does
For sure.
look fun, and it's going to be like one of the cheaper indie games.
And it looks like you got.
I love cheap
you
indie
can,
games.
You can get little hats and decorate your person.
Oh,
and
you get
it's-
little hats. I like little
you
hats.
can do all sorts of customization stuff to your little guy.
Aw.
So yeah, no, it's real neat looking. Like I kind of dig it. But yeah, no, that's E3. Obviously, this is our first show since E3, which it's a little bit of a bummer where E3 landed and this show landed, because if you guys remember, her
That didn't
last
work
hype
out.
train
Oh.
That's
was
what they look like.
Oh my God, they're adorable.
they look like Teletubbies, but not horrifying.
Yeah, they look like little obese Teletubby jelly
Because it's
beans.
actual CG. It's not,
Yeah,
Right.
they're adorable. I want one. I will name him Carl.
They're so cute.
That's
If-
adorable as hell.
But then you can put little hats on them.
I wish you guys. I've never seen Asa this happy.
No, it's the gun. It's the little running guns from Borderlands. It's that.
Okay, no, I have seen Asa this happy before.
Yeah.
This is when he first saw when we were
I like
first
cute-
talking about the running
I like
guns,
cute things sometimes.
Yeah.
like guns running around.
Just shooting on their own.
So yeah, we talked
Little
about
legs.
what we were excited for about E3 last week on the hype train. There's
Last week.
last
Last
time.
month. Last month.
Sorry, last month on the hype train, because it was the Tuesday before E3.
And then we did the E3 spectacular with
Yes.
Double H and Shannon and Dalton.
Yep.
Well, I say we. I did.
You
Asa did. I was
You
out of
did.
town, so I was unavailable for that show.
And I don't appear on any shows but this one.
Yep.
Well, the restraining order is very clear.
It's very clear. It's
You're basically only around allowed near me and sometimes Asa.
yeah, that's fair.
But yeah, no. So E3 did happen. At this point, like everything's all old hat, old news.
Yeah.
So we're not going to spend a whole lot of time talking about E3, other than like some of the things that we were really excited about. For me, nothing beat out Borderlands. That's still like easily the thing I'm most hyped about. E3 in general.
Yep.
Xbox kind of let us down, so we're not going to talk about it because this is the hype train where we are happy about things. This is a positive show. So we're just going to gloss right on over that. Borderlands 3 does look great. They confirmed all that free DLC and all that other stuff. Like,
And they are just building so much goodwill in the community with all that.
well,
I
Well,
mean,
in my
Borderlands
mind,
is. And to be
Borderlands.
fair, I don't know if Randy Pitchford has actually tweeted anything in the last
I
couple
think
weeks.
they took away his Twitter account because I ain't seen him tweet nothing.
Yeah, that's for the best.
That's for the best.
I will say
It's not
too,
that we disagree with you, Randy.
Well,
It's just some
it's-
people
in
shouldn't
some
be allowed
things.
We
to
don't-
give their opinion.
Yeah, there's
to the
a
public.
There's a
lot
time
of
and a
things we
place.
don't know enough about to have an opinion for or against you, Randy.
Yeah, that's why I said not necessarily. We don't necessarily disagree with
but we
you.
also don't necessarily agree with you because
Yeah.
when you say we don't necessarily disagree,
Fair
it
point.
makes it seem like
Fair
we
point.
agree.
But we definitely don't agree with your platform.
Mm-hmm.
Where
Your choice
you
of how you use Twitter. Is,
yeah, that's questionable.
Yeah.
Questionable at best.
I overall, and like I said my piece on the recap show that we did. Overall, I was disappointed in E3 quite a bit. I love the Borderlands stuff that we got. Fall Guys was way more fun than it could. Really, the Devolver show was really good too.
Was that the one to check out?
Yeah, which they do the weird thing where it's like
They do a weird show every year.
it's like a
don't
weird
they?
horror movie type
Yeah.
thing. So, but like the reveals that came from it, really cool. We're getting free DLC for The Messenger, which is one of the best games I've played this year. I bought it when it came out, and I got distracted and haven't beaten it, but it was so much fun, and I will eventually go back to it. I will probably have to restart it because I won't remember where I was going or what I was doing. But it was great, and you should check it out. And they're getting free DLC for it, which looks awesome. But the thing that I was probably most surprised at how cool it looked, but I'm still not entirely sold on it, was the Final Fantasy VII Remake. I have no attachment to Final Fantasy VII as a franchise. I never played it. I am not a JRPG person. That's not a style of game that ever really spoke to me.
Same.
Turn-based combat, with the exception of Pokemon, has always been a huge turnoff. And even the Pokemon...
Stick of Truth.
Stick of Truth.
There we go.
I'll give you Stick of Truth. But those are the exceptions.
I'm with you on
Because
that.
at least because even with Stick of Truth, you regained everything between fights. As soon as you want to fight, your health is back, your mana's back. Other than the fart stuff, was the only thing that you had to manage in between.
That's right.
So it took away so much of the having to grind and heal and go back and manage items and stuff. Great. But this is more this is an action RPG. That's my speed. Very into that. And the combat looked cool. Their messaging on it is a little baffling because we don't know how many versions that there are going to be. They don't know how many versions of it there's going to be. Although apparently we did eventually, weeks later, get the confirmation that this game ends when Midgar ends. That's as far up as they're going. So, I don't have any context for that.
I don't know what Midgar means, so I don't either.
It's the first city that you play through, which is apparently roughly the first, depending on who you ask, anywhere from 15 to 25% of the game. And it's once you leave Midgar is when the world completely opens up.
Hey.
So it's your starting area, and then some people, I think someone said it's because Final Fantasy VII, the PlayStation 1 game, is 4 discs. Mm-hmm. It's the first disc.
Got it.
Yeah, that's one of those things I kind of have to that's where I have to turn in my my nerd credit a little bit. It takes a hit. Final Fantasy, I've just never been into it.
Yep.
I never played Final Fantasy VII. I played Final Fantasy IX. I never beat it because I lost the last disc. But it was one of those things where I didn't have internet for a while, and I kind of played through it. I don't often tell that side of the story. And we lost the disc in a move, so I never beat it. And we had internet when we moved, so I probably wouldn't have anyway. But yeah, the only game I did play all the way through Final Fantasy Tactics. That is the only Final Fantasy game I've played through. And that's because I absolutely love those tactic style games Fire Emblem, Disgaea, stuff like that. Mostly Fire Emblem, to a significantly lesser extent Disgaea and Final Fantasy Tactics. Though Pokemon Conquest, that's another tactic style game. It was just absolutely phenomenal. But anyway, so when it comes to where the Final Fantasy VII was going,
Yeah, no, I have no idea. But the gameplay looked fun, and I'm curious to see I will be following that closer than I would have before E3. That was enough to actually get me excited. Which
you're on its radar now.
Yeah, which that's not. There's not a lot of things coming out of E3 that really gave me that. That at least from the main shows. There were some the Kind of Funny had their game showcase. There was a couple things coming out of that looked really cool.
Did you end up watching any of the Moe's gameplay for Borderlands 3?
No. So part of me because
Boy, howdy.
because that new stuff came out today too, there's like the little story thing.
Oh yeah,
that
the
they
claptrap with Steve the Bandit.
Steve the Bandit.
Trevor met Steve for the first time last night in our Borderlands 2 playthrough.
Okay.
Yes.
I
I like Steve.
part
He's
of,
all right.
part of me doesn't want to watch anymore. Like I've seen what I've seen of Borderlands 3, and
You just want to be amazed when it comes
yeah,
out.
I kind of want to go Radio Dark on it.
There's nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing at all.
Especially with a game like this, you know all the main stuff you need to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like anything else would just spoil it for. Like you've taken the bait.
And I already very much know that I will not be playing another character other than the one with the robot.
Mose.
Oh, is that Mose?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you've picked.
So
Mose.
I've seen a little bit of that. I thought Mose was the Beastmaster.
No, that's Flack.
That's
Okay.
Flack. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because with the 4. Yeah, no, because I saw a little bit of that game, like just in passing, like it wasn't a full video, like it was a recap, and just seeing the way the mech looked, I was like, oh, cool, that's what I'm doing then.
That's my
the end of discussion. I don't care if someone else already had dibs. Sucks to be you, because there's gonna be 2 of us.
I was about to say, yeah, no, the cool thing in this game is that, or Borderlands 3 versus the other ones, it's not really necessary in the other ones too. You can run through with double Axton and still blade through the game just fine, or even double zeros, whatever. But yeah, no, like you can have an extremely varied group even with like 2 Moses and 2 Amaras, like because there's
Because the
like,
loadouts
the skill
are gonna
trees.
be.
Yeah, it's significant. The skill trees are significantly more varied in this one than in previous ones.
Yeah.
That being said, I think we all want to play different characters.
I was Mose. Actually, I don't know who I want to play of them yet. They all look really fun. I want to see more of Flack because I want to know how the Beastmaster is going to work. I really, the only character that I don't particularly want to play, though, once I see Trevor playing him, I might like get a little bit more excited about it. Is Zane? I mean,
I just want to have
it's just
the
not my
2
style
abilities.
gameplay.
Yeah. See, and that's my thing with Amara, is I'm not super like I've never been a big melee focused character.
Yeah.
In first person shooter.
It's-
That's just not. I like that. Never fit
Me
my
either,
gameplay
actually,
style.
Thinking about it.
I mean, that's fair. The only the closest I've been to that is Brick. I had a dumb amount of fun playing with Brick.
Oh man, you loved playing Brick.
I did. The first time that I put like in Borderlands 1, you can add like the relics to your super. And the first time I got an explosive modifier for the fists. Oh my god. I was giggling.
It was like 2 a.m. and Jesse's just giggling like a schoolgirl who just got like her crush's Valentine's Day card. He was so
and
excited.
it said love.
And it smelled like him and everything. It was great. Like Jesse was so happy.
I was because I was sitting there on the couch. I was like, all right, I want to see what this does. And I go into my super. We go into a group of bandits, and I just punch explosion. Like 3 of them die, and like it's Borderlands, so like the explosive gory death, and I'm just like,
Oh yeah, and Jesse's just sprinting around the level, just laughing and punching.
and we got to a point like I built Brick in such a way that Trevor would be driving, and I would just go into my super and sprinting next to him because Brick can get real fast.
Yeah.
And I think there was a bug in the game where I got even like faster outside of it. Like
I don't know. It was insane.
It was funny, and I loved that game.
So the melee characters can be fun.
They can be cool.
Yes.
It's just it doesn't typically. And like there might be a build on something, or I see someone play Amara in a way that it's like I want to go to there.
Wait, because the Amara they also confirm she's gonna have like the typical Siren build where
More
they can put up
ranged.
you can put up the big ball and everything like
But
that.
but they're hitting really hard on the.
Yeah, on
the
like
melee
her
focus.
having the many arms of Vishnu,
Yeah.
and just pummeling stuff with it, which
is cool.
yeah, it's really cool.
cool.
I saw somebody do a write up, and Amara just sounds like if Borderlands had like a D&D game where like you can make Vault Hunt, like you can make a siren as a class, that would be Brick's. Like I want to be a siren, but I want to punch things.
I want to be a spellcaster that punches things.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry, guys. I don't want to turn this into
The Borderlands podcast.
Yeah, which it has turned a little bit into that in the last few shows.
That's
So-
okay. Nerd
It's
Up
fine.
turned into the Overwatch podcast for a while.
Yes, it did. This week in Overwatch was a joke in the group chat, but that was very much like.
Where do you think Ace's Mortal Kombat Minute came from? Except I'm the only one that cared about it. At least Nerd Up, everybody was on board for it.
That's really true. I mean, at least with Ace's Injustice Minute, like me and Dalton were involved in that one.
Yeah, there was DC characters.
But yeah, no, I'm so excited for Borderlands 3. I want that game so bad. And so yeah, no, like other than that though, Cyberpunk, like we got to see
Cyberpunk.
Yeah, getting to see Keanu Reeves in the game.
Praise be. They started filming Bill and Ted 3 today. Directly into my veins. I wants it.
That's the best part of the day right there.
We were in the group chat, like just talking during the Xbox conference when they were doing the Cyberpunk thing, and like Keanu Reeves popped up at the end of that video, and I just immediately hit the group chat, just like, all right, Ace's Game of the Year confirmed.
I mean, it's not that you're wrong.
It's just that you're early.
Yeah. Because I don't even know what system it's gonna come out on. Like, I may not get to play it. Have you heard like what his role is actually gonna be?
No.
So
I have.
It's Johnny Silverhands is his name.
Yes.
Which is apparently a character in the canon because this is all based on an old tabletop game.
Yeah, the old like D&D version.
It's Cyberpunk 2020, I think, is what
Cyberpunk 2020, which is why the game is coming out on 2020.
That and it took them 6 years to make.
Shut up, Asa.
It's just a happy coincidence.
And it's 57 years later.
They did it on purpose.
Yeah. But he plays kind of like he's kind of like your Ghost in Destiny.
Oh.
Or the Joker in Arkham Knight.
Yeah, he's in your head,
he's
you're the only one who can see him.
He's essentially haunting you, but you're the only one who can see and hear him. So he's the voice in your head. And yeah. And also, the more stuff that I hear about Cyberpunk, again, the more excited I get for it. Because, like, I wasn't a huge fan of The Witcher, just because, like, I couldn't... I think I was playing it incorrectly, to be fair. Because that is, like, everybody's Game of the Year, greatest RPG of all time. But, like, the upgrade system or, like, the loadout system, I could not get behind because it was like, oh, I have these 2 cool abilities, but I can only use one at a time. And again, maybe I just didn't play long enough to be able to do, like, multiple stuff, but I wasn't super into it. And the setting for Cyberpunk doesn't super interest me, like the future dystopian, type of, but, like, the options that you have. Like, when I was on Press Start to Join with Josh, which you can check that out at ps2jshow.com. He talked about like the different options you can make for your character for just, like, do you want to be gender neutral? Like just weird amount, not weird because that's not the right term, but like the amount of choices that you can make for your character and truly have a role-playing experience. It's not like in Red Dead Redemption 2 where you are playing as
Arthur Morgan.
Arthur Morgan. I kept wanting to say Arthur, but I was like, that's not right.
You were getting there.
That was from the first game, but that was John Marston. But like you have to play Arthur a very specific way, kind of. Like no matter what you do in free mode,
you're still Arthur Marston.
What he does in the story is pretty well like non-negotiable. Sure, you get a couple of choices that you can make, but like this is pretty much
pretty
the guy.
Inconsequential.
And what
choices.
like if I want to play as like the Paragon of Virtue going through like in the free roam, that doesn't really reflect in the story.
Arthur's still gonna kill that guy in the cutscene.
Yeah, exactly, and he's gonna go through and just randomly attack people as they're robbing the train. And it's just like I don't want him to do that though. But it doesn't matter because that's the story they're telling. Whereas this, it very much seems like at least. That
they're going more Mass Effect style.
If you want to kind of like, you probably, I don't know if you might be able to do a pacifist run. Who knows?
But actually, they did confirm that you can make it through the entire game without killing anybody if you want.
Exactly. So like stuff like that.
There's a class for that.
Yeah. Like, and there's like loadouts and stuff that you can do, and like also like the idea of the body augments that you can get.
It seems painfully customizable, and I love that.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm fine with it.
Almost to the point that it might be overwhelming for me because again, I'm not super smart.
I plan on spending a good 3.5 hours just in the opening customization of my character.
Mm-hmm.
Probably so. Because Cyberpunk 2077 is one of those games I haven't done a whole lot of looking into it. Mm-hmm. Not because I necessarily want to go Radio Dark on it, but because it's coming out after Borderlands, and that's what I've really put my attention toward.
So nothing matters, yeah.
And also, like, everything about this game, I'm already sold on. Like, I'm
already buying it.
Yeah, anytime they give me any little bit more information, it's like, all right, cool, yes, that is fantastic. That's
You
at
already
this
have my
point.
money.
Yeah, like it's already sold. Like congratulations, you can stop pitching it
A
now.
good salesman knows when to stop selling.
You've got me. You had me before, Keanu. Now you're just showing off.
the amount of Google Stadia ads I have started to see in the last like 2 weeks, and I kind of wish there was a button that I could just be like, I've already paid you. Let me skip this. Let me just close out of this window. Replace it with something else.
Yeah, because fun fact, our own Asa Gray here did get he has his name reserved.
Nope, not yet.
He will have his name reserved in the Google. He is a Google Stadia founder.
Yeah,
You're going with 5-star man.
I'm getting the founders pack. I'm gonna try to, because Mario Maker, I had to go with a weird variation of I had to go a 5-star man, because there's limited a number of characters. So 5-star man was taken, 5-star man all one word was taken, number
underscore.
There wasn't enough to be able to spell it out.
Can you leap speak it?
I didn't want to like get weird like that, so I
Okay.
just went with a 5-star man. I mean, because that's kind of the bit anyway. But
That's fair.
I'm a 5-star man.
I am a 5-star man. It's always sunny bit for those of you who don't know
is that I didn't know that
There's
entire time.
There is a dating app that allows women to rate the men based on their encounters with him.
Yeah.
So like, oh, if you go on a date with this guy, but
Dennis
he sucks.
didn't do well. Got
Dennis did not do well, but
didn't
Dennis
think so.
believes that he is a 5-star man. And it's
Well, so how would you say you would rate me right now?
if you were going to rate me, just rate me. Just say 5-star man. Just say you would give me 5 stars. Just give me 5 stars. We're gonna go. Just give me 5 stars. Oh, it's so good. Go back.
It's a great episode.
You go back and rewatch that episode.
Yeah, and it's
Avatar.
early in like when Dennis starts becoming a like more and more
Full
psychotic.
sociopath. Yeah.
Yeah.
He hasn't. I don't. No, no, because that episode is after the prom episode or the high school reunion.
Oh yeah, the high school reunion is definitely that's
That's truly the breaking point.
Yeah.
I think of tools. Can't. It's hard
a
to.
golden god.
Yeah, it's
Sorry,
I love that show. I think there's a new season out, but I don't know if it's on Hulu yet or not. Because there was a season that Shannon I know has seen that I have not.
Yeah, what do you think about his new show? He's what's his
AP
name?
Bio.
AP
It's
Bio.
fantastic, and
Okay.
I am upset that it's canceled already.
Wow, that got the Swamp Thing treatment, huh?
No, it got better
It
because
got-
it got 2 seasons.
I didn't realize it got two. I thought it
got
just
two.
got one.
Oh, hold on. It was announced like less than a month ago. It got 2 seasons and then was canceled.
AP Bio?
I'm thinking of something.
You have to be thinking of something else.
You have to be
AP Bio.
because
Okay.
AP Bio, I watched all of that like months ago.
Okay, this is the show that what's his name from It's Always Sunny announced at E3.
Oh, that's Rob McElhenney. That
Yeah.
is Gavin something, Raven's Quest or something like that.
Yes.
Because it's the show that they announced at the Ubisoft conference, I think. It's an
sounds
Apple
right.
TV Plus exclusive, so I will never see it.
Oh.
No,
yeah,
Glenn.
no.
So Mac from It's Always Sunny is doing that because I was at work trying to watch it with no sound. I sit down and I was like, the guy on the stage looks like Mac. Is Mac there? Why is Mac there? Customer comes in. I go up to the front. I come back to my desk, and then it's Mac, but he's at kind of an odd angle, and it has a different name under it because it's the name of the character because they've since cut to a clip. I
Right.
was like, okay, well, that guy just looks weirdly like Rob McElhenney. What is going on? Wait, that is clearly Rob McElhenney. What is going on? What announcement did I miss? And it wasn't until the recaps later that afternoon that I wasn't going and say, no, AP Bio is Dennis from It's Always Sunny with Patton Oswalt.
All right.
Patton Oswalt is a principal of a high school in like Iowa or Ohio or something.
Some Midwestern.
Yeah, some
town.
Midwestern
flyovers.
small town. Glenn Howerton is a like way too smart to be there, but has like been disgraced like author philosophy guy. He's a philosopher. Like has
Okay.
like got a doctorate in philosophy. He has to go home to like deal with his mom just died, so he has to deal with her like estate and affairs. And in the meantime, he takes this teaching job at a high school teaching AP biology. However, he is not a fan of children and refuses to teach the class. But it's real good.
I couldn't get into it. I watched
Really?
the first 3 episodes, and
There was something about it like that hooked me pretty much immediately. So I was super into it, but yeah, it got canceled. So I don't know if I don't know if they're getting its full season 2 because episodes are airing now, I think. But I think it got its full second season, but it's not getting picked up for a third.
the Mick though, that one has Caitlin Olsen, which D from It's Always Sunny.
Yeah.
It got 2 seasons and was canceled because Fox cancels everything.
Fox cancels everything.
But yeah, it is
Still one more
also
season of Firefly.
incredible. The second season is extremely dark, and I loved it. But yeah, no, it's phenomenal. I loved the Mick. In that one, it's basically she's white trash. Her sister is also trailer trash that married rich.
They all just play terrible people.
Yeah,
Because they're
Everyone
good at it.
always
They're
plays
really
terrible
good at it.
people.
So yeah, basically she is babysitting her sister's children because nobody else can. And yeah, living in this mansion that her brother-in-law owns.
And you say that, but I'm going to correct you. Charlie Day is a treasure. He plays Benny in the Lego Movie, and that's one of the most wholesome characters in all of fiction.
That's really true.
And
That's fair.
he plays lovable goofball pretty well.
He does play lovable goofball.
Plus, he had a
really well.
very different character in Pacific Rim
Yeah.
and the sequel.
I just recently watched he did an episode of Hot Ones from like 3 years ago because he was promoting Fist Fight.
Oh,
Do you remember that movie with Ice Cube?
Yeah,
Oh.
the one where he was supposed to fight Ice Cube.
Maybe.
Well,
I don't know.
I watched it. It's all right.
I
I
have not
watched
seen
it. It was a movie.
I forgot
It was a movie.
I forgot it existed until I started watching that video because I just wanted to see Charlie Day on Hot Ones. But there were certain angles that he hit. He looked exactly like Jeremy Jam, and it weirded me out.
Make you
that is
uncomfortable.
weird.
Yeah, but he seemed like a cool dude.
Yeah, no, like I think like minus DJ Khaled, the guy that does Hot Ones, Sean something or other, makes pretty much everybody look great. Mm-hmm. DJ Khaled did not look good.
Oh, did he not?
That dude is just like a.
Did he punk out?
Oh yeah, he got to.
Hot wings.
He couldn't handle Cholula.
Oh.
Oh no.
Oh.
Oh, he was gonna have a bad time.
What kind
not
of
finish.
delicate? Sorry.
Honestly, like,
shouldn't start swearing.
I can't say much because like I would not make it far in that at all. Okay, so I learned in the Charlie Day episode, sriracha is less Scoville units than Tabasco.
Yeah.
I had no idea. I assumed it was hotter because it's like, ooh, sriracha. That's
interesting,
Kicking. That is
because-
kicking.
Because I can handle like Tabasco better than I can handle sriracha.
I think it's just because you put more sriracha on anything than you do Tabasco.
That's fair.
Yeah, because Tabasco you really got to work to get to
Yeah.
get it out. Whereas sriracha, it's just a squeeze bottle.
It's like
Yeah.
ketchup. Just
Yeah, you hit that exactly.
He
Sriracha is my ketchup. Like,
it's ketchup that burns your booty.
it's hard to get a good he can be good about making those like entertaining and like interesting. I wouldn't say that like I would have liked to see that interview without the
the hot wings.
factor.
Nah.
And same thing with like Aubrey Plaza. Aubrey Plaza was kind of weird. But I think hers is definitely newer because
Yeah,
it's promoted.
hers-
Aubrey Plaza
just
is just
came out.
kind of weird.
Well, yeah, but also she like
All right,
lot
so
of her stories
we
were
made it
really
all the way
great.
through to
Like,
57
and she-
minutes
she was
before,
just-
like
she was
whatever,
just-
for whatever reason.
I really
just
like her
stopped
Hot
recording.
Ones.
Nothing
That
crashed.
there's one that's sitting in my like recommended
no.
for a while that I need to watch because it's
You're
Gordon
done.
Ramsay.
You
That was
Oh,
good.
don't watch that one.
You were done with this.
liked
Really,
it.
all you missed though was
You'll
Never
learn
heard you
things
talking
about
smack
Gordon
on
Ramsay
Gordon
that
Ramsay.
you
Right,
don't right.
yeah.
want to
So
learn.
you can't have this in the
probably a
world.
number of things I
The
already know
gist
about
is Gordon Ramsay
that
doesn't like millennials.
I'm not
That's
super thrilled with.
But Trevor
fair enough.
desperately
is
needs his
Gordon
affection.
he is,
Desperately
he is
needs
Gordon
approval.
Ramsay.
And in his defense, I don't really like
Because I also
millennials
like Gordon
Let's be
Ramsay,
honest.
but like
I've
yeah,
met a
there's
lot of
just some of
people
the
like
things
me.
that he
I
said
don't
in that
like
interview. I'm
I had
like,
a lot of people
oh
under
no,
40.
not you.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine that.
Imagine that.
Not a fan of anyone under 40.
Yeah,
Or above 40.
or
I
above-
don't
there
think
you
I
go.
like people.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it has nothing to do with millennials. It's
Yeah.
people.
I think it's just people. Like millennials a little bit extra, just because I see them more. But mostly people.
Yeah, no, it's one of those things you talk about all the time. Like every generation thinks the one that follows them is dumb.
Yep. I mean, we talked about that a little bit on Sunday of just like talking about, kids shows.
Yeah,
Of like, oh, well, yeah, this generation, like all these kids shows now are terrible. We had good things, said every generation ever.
Yeah.
whether it was Stick and Hoop or SpongeBob SquarePants, like whatever your generation had, the following generations was terrible.
Now, in fairness, SpongeBob is perfection.
SpongeBob is the high point of cartoon cinematography.
And I will not hear otherwise.
Yeah. I'll fight you.
Because we were talking about like how I was talking about earlier, Avatar: The Last Airbender. That was just something like that, and like Teen Titans from when I was a preteen, were just like that is peak phenomenal, like pushes beyond like the target audience and everything else.
Transcends kids show.
Right. But then, like, Asa brought up, well, you got shows like The Regular Show and Adventure Time and Steven Universe and stuff like that absolutely does the same thing, and you're completely right, in a different way, but definitely still accurate. So
because it's crazy. The fact that there's these new things doesn't mean that these old things are totally gone forever and you can never enjoy them again. Are there certain things that replace better things that are clearly blatant cash money grabs? Yes.
Yes, there is Teen Titans Go.
I'm more specifically looking at you, Avengers Assemble. We had Earth's Mightiest Heroes.
Ooh, that was actually really
which
good.
Which is one of the best superhero cartoons ever.
Didn't you say we were definitely in college?
I mean, yeah, but we had it. Like, I could enjoy it.
Fair, yeah. It turns out like it was not a kids show for us. It was a kids show that I enjoyed the crap out of.
Yeah, because that's the thing is, it's like if you're just putting out a good show, it's mine.
Right.
Like I'm not going to say like, oh yeah, well these kids got this great thing, because guess what? I have Netflix.
That's like
I can watch it myself.
Kind of like Avatar: Last Airbender, Asa.
Yeah, and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles from 2014.
He'll get there. If you push him too hard, he's never going to do it.
Just don't push it. Like gentle touch.
I will absolutely deny myself something great out of spite.
Got it.
Have you met me?
Soft touch. Got it.
He's very petty.
To his own destruction.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right.
It's kind of like late 2000s Trevor Camp.
I have self-destructive tendencies as it is.
Touche.
Yeah, no, that's the point is, everybody thinks that the generation following them is dumb.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, well, the generation following us is eating Tide Pods, so.
Yeah, and our generation never did stupid stuff.
What did we eat?
Our
generation
get
in trouble for eating.
That's too dark of a joke. Never mind. I'm like legit too dark for this show. It's not what this is.
I want to hear this afterwards.
Yeah.
If you want to know,
email me.
Yeah, email Jesse and he'll pass it on.
What dumb shit? Or no, not dumb. What dark shit was Asa talking about?
Bad word.
Huh. Oh right, yeah. We're
not on the F-bomb Tuesday.
No, we're not.
And
that got me all spoiled. But anyway, no. What was I going to? Oh yeah, no. All right. The thing is, Trevor, the internet didn't exist back then. I am sure.
Oh God.
I am positive that whenever we were kids, there were groups of people in another city that did something real stupid that would have become a challenge.
We didn't even have the internet, and we got hundreds of kids trying to push that invisible truck off the SS Anne, trying to find Mew.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Just weird, like, urban legends of how to get things that are very much
impossible
video
games, like in like nerd crowds.
The cow level in Diablo 1.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, stuff like that, and that was even early days of the internet. But I'm absolutely positive. I mean, crap, we had like our generation were the kids that they had to put ratings on wrestling shows because we were doing like elbow drops from the rooftops of buildings.
Yeah, buddy, we were. Yeah.
But eating Tide Pods is dumb.
And also like,
I mean, it's not as cool. Are you serious?
Also, 2 points to the eating Tide Pod.
Has anyone ever paid money for a pay-per-view event where a man ate a Tide Pod? No, sir, they have not.
No, Jackass was free on cable.
Accurate.
Accurate.
Two things on eating Tide Pods. One, that's another thing that got totally blown out of proportion. That like maybe 3 times it actually happened.
Probably.
But it's the JoJo challenge or Mojo challenge or whatever that thing was with the that it actually became a thing because so many people were reposting it on Facebook.
Oh yeah.
With the weird Japanese art installation. That was like, it's on YouTube Kids and it's telling kids to like kill their parents and stuff. Well, what's the video? Can you show us the video? It's on YouTube Kids. Right, but there should be a direct link that you can show us exactly where it is. Doesn't exist? Weird. Also, too, have you ever held a Tide Pod? Because the monkey part of your brain is like, ooh, fragrant, good squishy feel, fruit.
It definitely does feel like super watery,
forbidden
awesome fruit.
snacks.
Yeah, it is very much like I get it. Like, would it taste terrible? Of course.
Dude,
could it kill you? Absolutely.
But every time I do laundry, there is a split fraction of a second that I have to tell myself, do not eat. Putt, cover with dirty clothes. Just,
Have you seen at the Dollar General that they have a camera over, like, pointing at the Tide Pods?
some stores have them behind lock and key.
Oh,
Like,
no,
you have
this
to
is
go get
behind
sewer
glass.
fed.
Yeah, this is behind glass.
Yeah.
Or, sorry, not glass.
Oh.
Plastic, which is Dollar General glass.
Trevor, not quite as deadly as the Tide Pod challenge.
Yes.
But whenever we were in high school, I'm sure you remember the cinnamon challenge.
I do remember. Wait, is the cinnamon challenge where you snort the cinnamon,
No, it's
or you
it's
try
the
to
full
put it?
spoonful.
Got
spoonful
it.
of
Okay,
cinnamon.
then I have not done the cinnamon challenge.
Gallon challenge.
The gallon
milk?
challenge. Yeah.
My brother's best friend could actually regularly do the gallon challenge.
Why?
He's 7 feet tall.
Oh, okay.
He's not that tall, but he's tall.
His body works
He's
great.
really
He's
tall.
gigantic.
Yeah, no, I never
You've
wanted
met
to
him.
try the gallon challenge. I don't need to know that. But anyway, the point is, yeah, no, those were really stupid. And they were absolutely things we did.
Also, Tide
without,
Pods just didn't exist.
right? And we did not have, like, we had the internet. That was the early days of social media. That was just something like, have you guys ever heard of? Have you ever heard of? You just take us. And folks, I'm not recommending the cinnamon challenge. The spoonful of cinnamon, it will annihilate your sinuses for a day at least.
Try snorting it.
Don't
try that. Don't try that.
Trevor,
though.
you of all people, why would you recommend it? I remember when you did it. There was blood.
It was in a smart choice. Yeah, fair enough. Our generation didn't do a lot of greats. I don't know. Kids are supposed to be dumb, it feels like.
Yeah, they're
Like-
kids.
You just got to make sure things don't look too tasty and the corners aren't too sharp.
And then you look at, like, a generation before us. They paid money for rocks.
Lawn dart.
Oh yeah, lawn darts were a thing.
Lawn darts, yeah.
That was a good idea in theory. And then,
But they take pride in the facts like, well, we survived it. It's like, good for you. Congratulations. Let's make the world a better place for everyone else, though.
There's actually a
we
chemist.
survived it. My cousin, not so much, but I did.
I saw a really brilliant tweet
We
the other
survived
day.
is not a good reason.
I saw a brilliant tweet the other day of baby boomers are essentially the people who go to the bathroom, see that there's a single piece of toilet paper, and they decide, oh, it's not my responsibility to change it. But except they did that with, like, the climate and the economy. And
Society.
the entire world.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm sorry about that rant, guys. So hype.
I'm hyped for the future. I want to see what else comes out. There's going to be cool stuff.
There's going to be so much cool stuff. All right, guys, that's going to do it for us. I'm going to leave with, we mentioned earlier the pre-show. That is very much a thing we do. Patreon.com/Podzilla1985. $1 contribution gets you the pre-shows. Every pre-show we
Broadway,
do.
please. We're making a point. We're trying to make a sales pitch here.
And every pre-show we've ever done. It's always good. It's always solid content. It's completely uncensored. Just us kind of getting warmed up for the day.
I like how you're like, it's always good. It's always solid. Good job, Kimball. Really pushing.
Way to temper those expectations.
It is worth the effort of typing in your credit card information into Patreon.
Absolute or PayPal. PayPal works.
Yeah.
Or PayPal.
Yeah, you can use PayPal. Yeah, you can go in there, and then even if you don't do that, one thing that I do ask for, and I really hope you do, tell a friend about the podcast, because we don't put any money or any effort into marketing this. It's all word of mouth. So tell a friend about the show if you like it. Tell them, if you've got a wrestling friend, tell them about PWU. If you've got, a friend that loves comic books and video games, tell them about Nerd Up and all that good stuff. Also, hit us up on, like, if you have an iTunes account, like, you've got an iPhone, open up iTunes, find us on there. Even if you don't listen to us there, hit us with that review. Just give us that quick 5-star. It's just like Ace's name, the 5-star man.
This man to my left needs another 5-star.
Yeah, we need
Make that happen to him.
We need 5 stars. We need reviews. That gets us. We're trying to get
And
the show more out
subscriptions
there.
and stuff like that, yeah.
Guys, help us quit our jobs.
Yes, please.
Yes,
Please.
Dream.
We're so far away from that. But if you can just pay money to hear us talk more, we can one day, theoretically, maybe, probably not, quit our jobs.
Help me make Weeby Weebs real.
And see, if you can't pay us money so we can quit our jobs, tell us or talk about us to a friend that can.
To your
Preferably
rich
rich friends
Pitch
that
to your
can
rich
afford
friends.
$1.
So anyway, thank you for putting up with us. Thank you for listening to us, and we'll see you next time.